Farmers are pretty good at what they do. Some might even say they're outstanding in their fields. What a terrible joke. Today on Nova, we are actually going to be using Nova to help with farming. I did a video on this about a year or so ago where I found a bunch of leaks in my orchard. And today I'm out here doing almost the exact same thing, but in a 200-acre cornfield. This field has buried drip underneath the ground that basically percolates up and feeds all of the corn the water and nutrients that it needs to grow out here. Ignore the pager. So the water percolates from underground, feeds the roots of the corn. It's very efficient, it uses very little water, and it gets broken all the freaking time. So our field is divided into two fields, and right now we're mostly focused on this 100-acre plot over here. I flew this yesterday using a Matrice 4T on thermal, white hot setting, and I even hooked up to the RTK station to get really precise coordinates of where all of the breaks are. And then I uploaded everything into Nova and used it for the exact opposite purpose of what it was intended for, to find cold spots. When the water reaches the surface, it creates a very distinct thermal signature that is very, very easily seen in the thermal imaging. But when you've got 100 acres of ground like this, you give it a day or so, it all looks the same, even from the wide view camera. Even right here where I'm standing, you can just barely tell that there's a leak somewhere. But thanks to Nova, I know there for sure is a break in the pipe underneath the ground. And today, we're gonna use Nova to fix it. So while I dig up the broken tube right here, let me walk you through the entire process of exactly how it works.
Finding these leaks is as easy as flying any regular Orthomosaic mapping mission. Draw the boundaries of what you want mapped out, tell the drone how high you want it to fly, set your front and side overlap, pick a thermal camera palette, and launch the mission. The only major change I did was, as I mentioned, linking the drone to a mobile RTK station for extra accuracy. If you didn't know, RTK stands for real-time kinematics, and without getting too into the technicalities, it essentially means you're triangulating the drone's position between the drone, GPS satellites, and a fixed base station instead of just acquiring a GPS lock on your drone. It helps immensely when you need to pinpoint accuracy on a map. I flew my drone twice over this field, once in thermal and once on wide view. I had the thermal on white hot settings as the black stains from the water showed up much better in my opinion. I flew the wide mission so I could have a standard ortho map to compare to thermal to. Once the flight is done, pop the SD card out and plug it into a computer to upload the files to Nova. I actually did this out in the field with a laptop and a Starlink setup on the tailgate of my truck. Upload both image sets and process as orthomosaics. Wait for the internet and Nova to do its thing, then check out the maps. As you can see, we have quite a few breaks in our irrigation. Every black splotch is somewhere where more water than we want is reaching the surface. Some breaks are massive, while others are small pinhole leaks. Every one of them needs to be fixed, but we're going to prioritize the largest breaks first. The best part about these maps is they're entirely geolocated. Wherever your mouse cursor hovers over is the GPS coordinates. Use the point drop tool by either selecting Create or right-clicking. Zoom into the breaks and look for the origin of the break, usually higher up in elevation from where the water is running down the furrows. There's a good chance the thermal signature will be much darker still as well. Don't worry too hard about finding the origin, as there is a good chance it'll be obvious when you arrive to the break. Drop your pins, grab the tools you need to dig up and fix the line, then head out into the field. How you navigate to the pins is up to you. You can use Avenza, a tried and true mapping software used by firefighters to extinguish hotspots and coordinate response. You can use CalTopo, the choice of search and rescue organizations worldwide, or you can simply use Google Maps. I myself used the third option. I pulled up Nova on my phone, copy and pasted the coordinates to Google Maps, and walked directly to the point. Every single time, the pin drop brought me either directly to or within a couple of feet of the break.
And oh, yep, you can see literally right there. That is how easy it is to find these using Nova and using all these GPS pins. All right, so thankfully this one looks like it should actually be a fairly easy fix because it simply popped right off. So we should hopefully be able to just put it right back on. But I don't think it's going to be able to. Nope, that's not gonna reach. God dang it. We're gonna need more tape. All right, I went and grabbed a four-wheeler so that way I don't have to walk around all the way out here in the field. And I have, did I leave the tape in the front? I went and got the, Jesus Christ, I am a freaking mess today. Now let's go out and fix this one. So to give you an idea of how much this drone and Nova is really helping, touted with my dad, and he said that he got pretty much every wet spot he could see from the road. The first spot I come out here and check is this big break that is super, super flooded. All right, so now we're just gonna leave this one open like this. We can come back and check on it later and make sure that it doesn't pop open again. We don't wanna bury it until we know that it's actually working. Only like 50 more to go. Well, that's the one we just fixed. They didn't have to walk very far. Now, this one's a video about Nova, but didn't exactly need Nova to find this one. All right, I remember from the Nova map, we have a third one right in this general area, and I can see it right there. I only brought 2 couplers with me though, so I'm gonna go drop my stuff off, go grab my 4-wheeler, and drive it over here. And we're looking for the silty earth, the telltale sign of where the water's flowing. And look at that, right there. You can very clearly see the silt, and you can very clearly see the hole. Time to go get some more couplers. Now, as a farmer, I know, especially during, I don't want to say during these trying times, but it's never been more important to save money. So I know you're probably asking, how much does this whole product cost? It's probably cost me an arm and a leg to get this all set up, especially with the Nova software. And I can tell you right now, not really. Thermal drones are pretty well priced. You don't need a Matrice 4T like I do to do all this. And even if you do get one, buy once, cry once. I guarantee you'll find lots of uses for it. But even when it comes to just the Nova software, the only software you need to do all of this is the Orthomosaic builder. And the Orthomosaic builder on Nova is the most simple sort of price package that we have. It is very easy to use, very low barrier to entry, super quick, super efficient. It's not gonna break the bank by just paying for the Ortho. So if you're interested in this technology, please give us a call, give us a message, give us an email, comment on YouTube, do whatever you gotta do, get a hold of us, and we'll happily go over exactly how to use this and get something set up for you in your farm. Well, that's those 3 fixed. Only 149 more acres to go. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this Nova video. I know usually I like to ham things up for the camera, especially because I'm, trying to get you guys to check out this software. But this is definitely one of those first times where I am legitimately very, very happy that I've had Nova on my side with this whole thing. This has turned an absolute mess of a job into something that I knocked out really, really easily and really, really precisely. And it was done using the most basic form of Nova, the Orthomosaic builder. This is a lot of ground that I had to check. It has made this job so much easier. In a couple of weeks, this corn is going to be way too high for us to drive through or walk through. Corn grows that fast. So knocking out these leaks before everything gets too tall to come out here and fix them is a really big imperative when it comes to growing corn like this. So man, am I really glad that I've had Nova to help me with this project. If you'd like to try this software for yourself or for any other purpose, follow the links in our description, reach out to the team, give them a holler, and someone personally will come and help you get set up, help you get the onboarding processing going, and you can start coming out here and digging holes in the dirt yourself, or putting out fires, or finding missing people. Whatever it is you want to use Nova for, because it can be used for pretty much anything. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the Nova channel. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments section below. Thank you all so much for watching again. and we'll see you next time.